Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make your peace with that and all will be well. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Resolve to be tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving and tolerant with the weak and wrong. Sometime in your life, you will have been all of these. We are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. There is no fire like passion, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger, and no joy like the joy of freedom. It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or by demons, heaven or hell. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Neither fire nor wind, birth nor death can erase our good deeds. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. In a controversy, the instant we feel anger, we have already ceased striving for the truth and have begun striving for ourselves. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Believe nothing. No matter where you read it, or who has said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense. Silence the angry man with love. Silence the ill-natured man with kindness. Silence the miser with generosity. Silence the liar with truth. Peace comes from within. NBSP. Do not seek it without. You only lose what you cling to. To keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. A man is not called wise because he talks and talks again, but if he is peaceful, loving, and fearless, then he is in truth called wise. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. If we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. It is better to travel well than to arrive. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. Hatred does not cease through hatred at any time. Hatred ceases through love. This is an unalterable law. He who loves 50 people has 50 woes, he who loves no one has no woes. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Words do not express thoughts very well. Everything immediately becomes a little different, a little distorted, a little foolish. And yet it also pleases me and seems right that what is of value and wisdom of one man seems nonsense to another. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Those who have failed to work toward the truth have missed the purpose of living. There is no fire like passion, there is no shark like hatred, there is no snare like folly, there is no torrent like greed. All descriptions of reality are temporary hypotheses. Your work is to discover your world and then with all your heart give yourself to it. It is better to travel well than to arrive. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. It is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. Whoever sees me sees the teaching. The whole secret of existence is to have no fear. Greed is an imperfection that defiles the mind. Hate is an imperfection that defiles the mind. Delusion is an imperfection that defiles the mind. To become vegetarian is to step into the stream which leads to nirvana. How wonderful, all things are perfect exactly as they are. The forest is a peculiar organism of unlimited kindness and benevolence that makes no demands for its sustenance and extends generously the products of its life and activity. It affords protection to all beings. Bahujana hiya bahujana sukhya laknakampya. For the good of the many, for the happiness of the many, out of compassion for the world. Long is the night to him who is awake, long is a mile to him who is tired, long is life to the foolish who do not know the true law. Too much energy in your country is spent developing the mind instead of the heart. Those which are produced from causes are not produced. They do not have an inherent nature of production. Those which depend on causes are said to be empty. Those who know emptiness are aware. Those which are produced from causes are not produced. They do not have an inherent nature of production. Those which depend on causes are said to be empty. Those who know emptiness are aware. If the selflessness of phenomena is analyzed, and if this analysis is cultivated, it causes the effect of attaining nirvana. Through no other cause does one come to peace. Just to say I believe or I do not doubt does not mean that you understand and see. To force oneself to see and accept a thing without understanding is political and not spiritual or intellectual. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Gautama Buddha.